course, this moment, this particular historical conjuncture holds possibilities for change that we've never before experienced in this country. I don't know whether I would compare this moment with massive uprisings in the 1960s. What I would suggest is that there is a continuum, a historical continuum, and in 2020, we are finally witnessing the consequences of decades and centuries of attempting to expel racism from our societies.
So how do you convert protest and anger around the world right now into genuine change? Can it be done without major political change?
Well, of course, the change has to come in many forms. It has to be political, it has to be economic, it has to be social. What we are witnessing are very new demands for who knows how long. We've been calling for accountability for individual police officers responsible for what amounts to lynchings, for continuing the whole tradition of extrajudicial lynching, but under the code of the law. What we are seeing now are new demands to demilitarize the police, demands to defund the police, demands to dismantle the police and envision different modes of public safety. We're asked now to consider how we might imagine justice in the future. This is a very exciting moment. I don't know if we have ever experienced this kind of global challenge to racism and to the consequences of slavery and colonialism.
But can you see a time when actually getting rid of police forces and starting again with something new is anything other than a minority interest?
Well, of course, the city council in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where George Floyd was so brutally killed, has decided to disband the existing police department and to have conversations with the community about the meaning of public safety. And we know that the police are called upon to respond to a whole range of issues that should not be subsumed under law and order, that should not be attended to by armed people. In the US, people who have mental disorders and are having episodes are generally subjected to police violence and police presence. As a matter of fact,
in 1968, sorry, go on.
No, I was going to point out that while we assume that the confrontations with the police in Black communities largely involve men, we fail to recognize that women have also been killed, and particularly Black women who have mental issues. There's a long history of inflicting violence and killing them.
Just briefly, in 1968, you had an election that resulted in a Republican, Richard Nixon, in the White House. Is there a likelihood, do you think, you will end up with the same after all of this, and Donald Trump wins again? Well,
of course, this is a pivotal moment. This is a moment of possibility. It does not mean that we are offered a new future. What we are offered is the possibility of reimagining and recreating of the future. And that, of course, has a political dimension. So that in this country during the next months preceding the 2020 election, we are going to have to harness all of the energy that was created in these uprisings in order to guarantee that Donald Trump is not elected.